Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we'll be doing a seasonal championship from Spring Series 2 Forza Horizon 5. And this one is called Auld Syne, which I believe is Old Scottish for times long past. The car restrictions are simple, it has to be from 2010s and has to be in A class, otherwise you can drive anything you want. And the first race is on Cordillera Trail, which I have to say I bloody hate. It's very narrow, it's pretty fast, has tons of turns and just difficult to drive even when the light conditions are good. In the night, it's a bit of a pain. And to make it a little bit less of a pain, I chose 2011 BMW 1 Series tuned by El Barto Incorporated, who I believe has his own YouTube channel with videos quite similar to mine, so kudos to him for finding this car and making this tune, because he is definitely a better tuner than I am. And his tune works really well on this track. As you can see, by now the tune already allowed us to make it to the first place by the 30% mark, which is really good. And from now on, all we need to do is to defend our position and try to not screw it up by leaning to the walls like I do right now. And this might not be as easy as it sounds. The track is proper difficult and I managed to mess up on it more than once in pretty much any way you can imagine. Normally the video like this takes me 2-3 runs with various tunes and cars just to see what works, what doesn't, what is easily repeatable, what requires specific set of skills to drive, and eventually I arrive at a good combination which I then film in one take. For this one I already tried 4 different cars with half a dozen of tunes, and this take is run number 3, trying to get something that resembles a clean-ish lap to work it for the video. Now obviously you don't have to do it all in one take, you can use your wind and I highly recommend doing it. The walls here are relentless, the AI is not very easy and will actually chase you down all the way to the end, which is not very usual for seasonal championships. If that's the way seasonal championships are gonna go this year, we're gonna have a little bit of fun, because they won't be just a step over anymore. But I think I would actually like that. Even though it would mean a little bit more work to make these videos for you, having additional challenge in the seasonal championships would spice things up a little bit. I expect some people would be really unhappy if any rewards would become harder to get, but I personally, I like it a little bit harder than it is today. Let me know what you think. And in the meantime, I somehow made it 3/4 of the way down the track. This track is what, 3.5 minutes long in this class? But it makes you feel like you're running Colossus. I think it might be the most difficult track in the dirt racing roster in Forza Horizon 5. I know, I'm not a good judge on this, but it doesn't let you relax at all. There's constant walls to worry about, the turns to catch, and overall it's just a non-stop concentration if you want to make it in one piece. And as you can see, the AA doesn't let it go either. They're right behind me and I can't build any gap whatsoever to them, which is very unusual for seasonal championships. Normally on the sprint like this, I'd be 5 seconds ahead, comfortably having a gap and worrying about nothing at all. But the track seems to be coming to its end and we are just about to hit the finish. In the first place, good job, well done. Even though quite a bit harder than I planned or expected. Hopefully the other 2 races are much easier. Right, the next track is Juan Scramble, which is a 3-lap race, and if I remember right, it has a good combination of tarmac road and dirt, so should be a bit easier for us. Let's go. Right, taking off nicely, we have enough launch and acceleration to not allow anyone else to pass us, and there's a little bit extra contact here, which probably means we didn't overtake the one in front. Another contact and another. Well, this is a busy race like this. Okay, need to be a little bit careful through this checkpoint. Almost flew past it, but should be okay. 5th position, closing up on 4th, and yeah, we have a little bit to catch up. Those contacts at the start didn't really help us. Okay, another rough overtake with pushing the guy on the side. Hopefully nobody noticed that and nobody reports me to marshals. Catching up on the top 3, We'll eat this Fiesta for breakfast from the outside. And now we only have 2 ahead. And I think, yes, so the front one is again the Bone Shaker. Funny enough, that's the absolutely OP car for A-class multiplayer. But in all my preliminary runs of this championship, the ones that I do before recording, Bone Shaker never was further than 5th place or higher than 5th place. Here it's been pressing me right on my toes in the previous race, and it's dead ahead in the first place in this one. And look at the speed of this thing. Maybe I should have taken the Bone Shaker and really make my life easier, I don't know. But yeah, we'll get him now. Right, so we overtook for the first position around the middle of the second lap, or in the first half of the second lap, which is again thanks to the tune by El Barto Incorporated. Really good job on this, mate. And yeah, this race I can tell you is much less stressful than the first one. It's much easier. I'm actually thinking that maybe it makes sense to start the championship, let the races reveal themselves, then cancel the first one and start from this one. You know, make sure you get off this, and hopefully the next one is also easy. So take the easy races out of the way and then join the most complicated one stress free. That way you'll probably have 2 first places in your pocket and won't worry too much about winning the last one. I mean, depends on how you do it. I prefer to win all 3 of them, but otherwise, if I wasn't making the videos and one of the races was giving me a bit of a headache, I'd probably settle for the 2nd or 3rd place, as long as I still retain the first place in the championship and get enough points to get the prize. Speaking about the prize, this makes me think that developers really knew that this one was going to be difficult for a lot of people, because the price for it is, even though it's Aston Martin, a really good car, it's an Autoshow car. The car that you can just go and buy with the credits, and it's not all that expensive. So yeah, I think I know what's going on here. They didn't put exclusive behind this track because they knew if they put something like this, people gonna go bananas, absolute bananas, in Twitter, Facebook, whatnot, the forums, the Discord, and yeah, nobody wants being shouted at after doing the work. So yeah, I can understand why we have an Autoshow car behind this. Anyways, I'm gonna have to do all of them anyway, and I like to have my 100% completion of the season, which brings us to the end of this race. Yeah, in the first place, much easier, much more significant gap to the AI. Whew, a relaxing one. Let's see what's next. And next up we have Cordillera Trail. Right, off we go. Let's see. Hopefully another stress-free. They wouldn't put 2 difficult tracks in one championship, would they? So let's make it to the first corner, which is a tight left-hander. It gets a little bit busy in it. Yeah, pushing aside those BMWs and Lambos. Made it through to 5th. If I remember right, there's another tight one, but this time right-hander right down the line. So let's try to overtake this guy before the turn. No, there's not enough. Yeah, made it. Right, so this puts us in 3rd position with this little asphalt part before the yet another tight left-hander. So that's usually a good opportunity to overtake, as long as you don't smash into the walls. We pushed that Porsche a little bit on the side, but that's okay because we have a Bone Shaker to catch. This is the nemesis of this championship for me, and as I said, it never shined in any of the preliminary runs I did. I wonder what kind of RNG put it into the OP position for this one. So, but yeah, We know from the last 2 races that we can beat him, no problem at all, so there's nothing fishy going on there. He doesn't have a super speed boost or anything. We just need to run it reasonably clean, avoid messing up the walls too much. Yeah, normally nice and easy. We are half past the sprint duration, so that's a little bit longer than usual, that I would want to have AI overtaken, but I also don't want to change tunes between 2 races or 3 races in the same championship. I want the same tune to work in all of them. So right, it's a little bit aggressive, but we didn't even hit the wall proper, and now we're first. So the same tune should, in my opinion, should work through all 3 races of the season championship. Otherwise it's a little bit too much hassle for anyone who I recommend away. And yeah, this one is reasonably short. We are 15% away from the finish line, really close to it. And yeah, just one more tight left-hander and Bone Shaker is nowhere to be found. We made it through this track and the championship. Alright, yeah, the AI is just behind, but that's fine. Thank you guys for being with me. Thanks you for watching, and Happy New Year everyone. You can see I had a little bit of delay with these videos. That is due to celebrations. So Happy New Year, and let's see you in the next one. Thank you.